I realized my client wasn't the one who actually needed the session with me. It was the person who inflicted the damage, right? The one completely unable to regulate their behavior. They were the one who should have been seeking my services. But anyway, here is the juice of the situation. So, my client logged on to our session looking absolutely exhausted. I won't name anyone, I mean, particularly her, but I'll give you enough details so you have an idea of what actually happened. The partner was the kind of person who looked perfect to the outside world. Good career, very well spoken, right? Always the one picking up the bill at dinners. But at home, they controlled every single narrative. The crisis actually happened over something super basic, right? My client had a very important professional commitment, a weekend workshop they had been planning for months. And suddenly, out of absolutely nowhere, the partner books a staycation for the exact same dates and just expects my client to drop off everything. And for the first time, my client simply said no. They did not scream, they did not create a big scene. They just calmly said, I cannot cancel my work. And that was the trigger. And here is where the internet usually gets it wrong. People think a narcissist losing control looks like a massive screaming match. Like they start throwing things around or throwing a tantrum. But in my experience, a true clinical narcissistic injury is actually much colder. When my client said no, the partner did not yell. They just flatlined. My client described their eyes going completely dead. And then the silent retaliation started. But also, it wasn't about the scheduled conflict anymore. It was about completely breaking my client's reality. Over the next 2 days, the partner started moving things around the house, right? Hiding important documents, moving the car keys, and then very convincingly told my client they were becoming severely forgetful. They started calling mutual friends and my client's family, acting all concerned, huh? Saying my client was behaving erratically and that they were really worried about their mental health. They basically took every insecurity out there my client had ever shared in confidence, and weaponized it to make my client feel like they were the one ruining the relationship. Just imagine the audacity. This is the brutal reality of a real narcissistic collapse. It is not just about having a big ego. It is an ego so profoundly fragile that the moment you say no, they feel a desperate, vicious need to destroy your autonomy so they can feel powerful again. And that is exactly why my client was on that screen with me. The person who did all of this felt totally justified, right? To a true narcissist, their cruelty is always framed as self defense. They will never seek help because they always play the victim. So, the partner who is healthy, who has empathy, is the one left logging on for therapy to heal from the wreckage. Now, if you find yourself navigating a similar situation like this, do not sit on it. Either you book a session with me at lindaashok.com or with any psychologist you trust in this matter. Because the sooner you get better, the sooner you are able to defeat that abusive person. And as a woman, particularly, I would definitely say it's not a very good place to be in.